You're sitting there scrolling through endless videos trying to figure out if Parkville, Missouri is worth your time. You've probably got questions. Are the taxes insane? Is the commute gonna wreck my mornings? Does the nightlife suck? Listen, I'm not here to sell you a fairy tale. I'm here to hand you the raw, unfiltered truths so you don't have to make a move you're gonna regret later. And if you're hunting for a sanitized real estate brochure of Parkville, good luck elsewhere, because that's not me. But you're probably different if you're still here. So you don't want the polished PR talk, you just want the raw, straight, unfiltered information. You probably want to know if Parkville is the kind of place where you can build a life that you're proud of, or if it's just all hype. And that's probably why you're here, am I right? So lean in, because this isn't just for the faint of heart, it's for the person who craves the real deal. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just a straight shot of what Parkville has to offer and where it might let you down. Because if you're gonna invest your time, money, and sanity into a new home, you deserve the full story, so I'm going to give it to you right now. So first things first, let's just dive in. Let's rip off the band-aid and talk about property taxes. And it's really no joke over here in Parkville. And if you're coming for the expecting bargain route of the basement bottom rates, you're out of luck. Don't look at me though. I'm just the guy delivering the bad news. Look at the fact that Parkville invests heavily into its infrastructure, schools, and the general wow that this city has to offer because of its well-kept vibe. There's a reason the roads aren't full of potholes and the public amenities actually function. Now, some of you will start whining, but the taxes are so high. Listen, high is absolutely relative. If you're moving from a big coastal city, you'll probably think the taxes is an absolute steal. If you're coming from the rural Missouri area, you might faint because of the property values. But you get what you pay for and everywhere that you go in life. The neighborhood here, a sense of pride. The schools consistently rank well across the state of Missouri, and your property holds value because the city isn't letting things go to rot. Now, if you are looking for certain subdivisions, they're gonna have HOAs and extra amenities. And if you're looking at, like, let's say Risk Lake or the National, that might add another layer of fees or higher assessed values. So do your own homework. Don't call your realtor crying when you get that tax bill if you didn't research it first. In Parkville, you're paying for the privilege of living in a place that's genuinely nice. Embrace it or pick a cheaper zip code or more rural areas. Number 2 on this list is the job market. Now let's just talk about, you're gonna have to have a job to be able to pay those taxes. Parkville itself isn't a mega business hub overflowing with corporate HQs, but the secret in this specific area is you're just minutes from downtown Kansas City, the airport corridor, and the greater metro area. And that means you tap into an absolutely robust job market, healthcare, finance, tech, logistics, without living smack in the chaos. Now, if you are a remote worker, good news for you also. You can enjoy the suburban bliss while zooming into your job in from New York or LA. You got the best of both worlds here. Low drama, scenic neighborhoods for the most part, and a short commute to an actual airport if you need to travel. And the coffee shops around Parkville are actually surprisingly pretty good. So you have an off-site work just in case you need it. Now, if you're an entrepreneur like myself, downtown Parkville is absolutely filled with small business energy. Boutiques, specialty stores, you name it, they got it down there. You can even build your own empire in a supportive local environment that loves to champion shop local. So whether you're looking for a stable 9-to-5 or you're hustling your own gig, the job situation here is flexible enough for you to make a living without the soul-crushing commute, and you can be able to afford those taxes. Now, number 3 on this list is safety, and I'm not going to hit this too deep. You can do your own research, but safety is crucial for anyone that wants to. Nobody wants to move to a place where you're triple locking your doors every single night. Parkville's got you covered, though. They got a low crime rate, do your own research, a police force that actually responds, and neighborhoods where folks really look out for each other. It's not some giant metropolis, so it's easier to keep tabs on what's going on. Now, you'll obviously see occasional petty theft, and that's anywhere that you go, or a teen mischief, but major incidents are absolutely rare, compared to big city crimes at least. Parkville is on the calmer side of areas around Kansas City, and people move here for the peace of mind factor, letting the kids play in the yard without constantly hovering like a helicopter over them. So if you're still paranoid, consider neighborhoods like Walnut Creek or Thousand Oaks specifically, which have a strong community boards and active HOAs that will help keep things in line. But in general, the entire Parkville area is known for being safe and neighborly, so lock your car doors and you'll probably be fine. Now, number 4 on this list is the entertainment and nightlife. So listen, if you are expecting a Vegas-level nightlife scene, you are dreaming. Parkville is more about the chill vibes. Think riverside events, local bars with craft beer, and community festivals rather than like the all-night rave scene. Now, with that said, you will not be twiddling your thumbs. Downtown has an extremely historical charm that comes alive on the weekends with live music, wine tastings, and the occasional street fair. Now, for those people with the bigger thrills, concerts, clubs, big name shows, you're a quick drive to downtown Kansas City or even Power and Light District. It's basically choose your own adventure. Want a mellow evening sipping coffee by the river? Stay in Parkville. Craving a louder scene? Hop on the highway and be there in 20 minutes or less. Truth be told, some people love that they can retreat to a calm environment after a wild night in the city. Parkville is like a best friend who's always down to Netflix and chill, while the city is the one who drags you to the after parties. You get both with no regrets. Number 5 are the restaurants. Now, about food, Parkville's scene might not rival downtown KC's massive variety, but it's got heart. Stone Canyon Pizza is an absolute local favorite, and you can find a decent range of cuisines. French at Cafe de Ami, coffee and pastries at local spots all throughout, and some cozy pubs that take craft beer absolutely seriously. Trust me. Don't expect the chain restaurant overload though. This place is more of a mom and pop oriented area, which is a huge plus if you asked me. There's something satisfying about walking into a spot where the owner actually knows the regulars, and it makes just dining feel a little bit more personal, not like you're scanning a QR code for a fast food order. If you absolutely need more variety like the weird but awesome global eats you can find in bigger cities, again, you're close enough to KC's downtown or the Northland corridor on I-29. Parkville itself just gives you the best of both worlds. Small town restaurant charm, plus big city options if you're feeling adventurous. Now, commutes in Parkville are generally fantastic, assuming you pick the right times to travel. Downtown KC is roughly 20 to 25 minutes away, which is gold compared to living in the burbs of some giant city where you have to sit in hours of traffic. Need the airport? That's even closer, 10 to 15, maybe 20 tops, if traffic doesn't throw an absolute temper tantrum. Of course, rush hour can absolutely slow you down, but this isn't LA. A bit of highway congestion is about as bad as it gets. If you're used to major city traffic, you'll probably laugh at what Parkville calls rush hour. If you're from somewhere more rural, maybe you'll find it slightly busier, but it's still absolutely manageable. And if you have flexible work hours, do the flexibility part. Arrive a bit earlier, leave a bit earlier, and you'll skip most of the daily jam. Overall, Parkville's location is a massive selling point because you're close to everything, but you don't feel like you're living on a noisy freeway. Now, you're probably wondering how the schools are, so number 7 is actually just that. Kids or no kids, schools absolutely matter because it affects your property value and the overall just vibe of the area. Parkville belongs to the Park Hill School District, which is the top tier in the region. People literally move here just for the school. Good teachers, strong programs, and a genuine investment of the student success. If you want private options, you're not far from some reputable ones in the KC Northland. But honestly, a lot of parents stick to public because it's that good. It also helps that extracurricular sports, clubs, arts, they're all well funded and taken seriously here. And let's not forget about Park University right in the heart of Parkville. It adds a unique college town energy, though it's not a massive campus that dominates everything like Mizzou. If you got teens who might consider local college while they're living at home, you're set. Bottom line, you can't complain about the education in this town. Parkville invests, and it shows in everything they have going on. Now, I'm not going to hit this next part too much because I feel like if you know Missouri, you know the weather is about as random, and if you don't like it, just wait 5 minutes because it will change. So it is a roller coaster here. One week is blazing hot, the next you're busting out sweaters. Summers in Parkville humid, occasionally borderline swampy. You'll be hugging your AC unit like it's your new best friend, and on the plus side, you can enjoy the parks, river walks, green spaces, just be ready to sweat. Now, winters can get chilly with the occasional snowstorm that will have you thinking, I should have moved to Florida. But let's be real, the city does a really good job clearing the roads, and you're not usually buried for days. Spring brings those tornado watch moments, which is crack a beer, sit on your front porch, watch it. Part of the living in the Midwest kind of mentality. Just keep an eye on the forecast and have a plan. Autumn though, man, Parkville is epic during the autumn time. The leaves turn absolute vibrant red and yellow and orange and just looks like something that you see off of a magazine. And the river views add Instagram worthy photos. It seems like every damn day. And the temperatures during the fall, I personally like hoodie weather, so it's my favorite scene. So if you can survive the extremes, you get rewarded with 2 gorgeous transitional seasons that make you forget about the sweaty summers and icy winters, at least until they come back. Now you're probably wondering, man, Mike, this sounds like a dream come true, but what about the neighborhoods? Well, I got you covered. Finally, let's just talk about the neighborhoods, because you're not just moving to Parkville. You're picking a home in a specific area. Walnut Creek is kind of like the beginning stage to get into Parkville. It's that classic close-knit community vibe, a bit on the older side, but absolutely has character. You'll find families, retirees, and a general sense of we're in this together vibe. It might not have the newest builds, but it's comfy, welcoming, and it's relatively affordable by Parkville standards. Probably right around that $300,000 mark, you could probably find a pretty solid home in here. Now, the next one on this list is Thousand Oaks, and it is an absolute showstopper if you want that holy crap, look at these houses feel. It's got rolling hills, lush landscaping, and a variety of home styles. The amenities are real: pools, trails, playgrounds, and the HOA keeps things polished. Now, Riss Lake, on the other hand, is your lakefront dream. Think fishing, scenic trails, and pricey but worth it real estate. It's for those who want nature meets suburb deal and don't mind paying for it. Thousand Oaks, you're probably starting at about $500, maybe $550 at this point. Riss Lake's about that same, and just 2 different type of vibes. Riss Lake's a little bit on the older side, while Thousand Oaks a little bit on the newer at this point. Now, if you are just a top tier type of individual, National is Golf Central. You may have heard about it from the Jack Nicklaus, because it's a design course specifically by him. It has a really fancy clubhouse and that upscale environment that some people just absolutely drool over. So if you're a golfer or just want to pretend that you are like me, this is your playground. Now, on the other hand, there is Weatherby Lake, which is technically straddles the city lines, but is often lumped in with the Parkville crowd. It's all about lake living, boating, fishing, sunsets on the dock. The homes here can get absolutely pricey though, but if you crave that waterfront lifestyle, this is gonna be your best bet. Basically, just pick your flavor of paradise. National, you can get into like condos for $450, $500. I would say starting off of the National, you're probably looking at $1 million plus. Weatherby Lake, if you're not tier 1 on the water, you could probably get in $300, $400. If you want tier 1 on the water, you're probably looking at starting $1 million. So just to give you perspective. Now that's the full scoop specifically on Parkville, Missouri, from the not so cheap property taxes to the roller coaster weather and the neighborhoods you'll never want to leave. If you're still undecided, hit the replay button or shoot me a message. No sugarcoating here. Just a reminder, I'm Big Mike. I'm a local Kansas City real estate agent specializing here in the Kansas City Northland area. Whether you're looking to make a move in 9 or 90 days, I'd love to help you and your family find your next dream home. So feel free to reach out to me. But until that time happens, I can't wait to hear from you. But I'm out. Peace.